Yo, what's the deal, y'all? We fresh off a jam-packed weekend. Y'all ready for a good week this week?
Hell yeah.
Y'all ready for a good
A
episode?
different week?
Absolutely.
A different week?
What you mean a different week?
I mean, we just coming off the most entertaining week in Players' Choice history.
Would the numbers support that or just the eye test? Mark?
Just the eye test. I don't. Yeah.
I don't know why you asked me that, but okay.
I'm just going off stigma. My bad.
My man, Ticket not even up here. This is a crazy world we're living in, man. I just have some questions. I didn't want to come and mess up the show, mess up the flow. It's just been a lot of talk. Phone's been going crazy off the hook. Domo, I'm pretty sure yours has been as well. I've been tapped in everywhere. Chill, what's good?
In fact, brother, what's going on?
I'm just trying to figure out some things, and let me cut off my fan. I'm just trying to figure out a few things. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm these guys' co-workers. I'm their co-worker. I've been out of the field for a while. I started Players' Choice when it was just Players' Choice, one pod. And now we're here at the panel, the most successful show on the platform. And I'm just trying to figure out where everybody stands in our vision moving forward, because I didn't want to come up here and address our viewers without clarity. So, Domo, I just have a question for you. Is the beef over? Is it squashed, or are we still going?
There is no beef, man. What are we talking about? There's no beef. I only speak when I'm spoken to or about. That's it. There's no beef, though.
So do you feel like in other shows, because I've been tapped into all the comments on your page, on Ticket's page, which is Ticket TV, your page is That's Domo, and B Soul's page, and Let's Keep It a Buck everywhere. I've been tapped into the comments. And I'm trying to figure out where you ever were a pushover. Let's address that part.
Oh, the pushover thing, that's mostly from people who are familiar with me. I know when I came over here, I mean, Let's Keep It a Buck was already something established, but a lot of people relatively still didn't know me as an individual. So the people that were following me from Let's Keep It a Buck, they knew how I acted. So coming over here and the cordialness, when I was interrupted, they would see me like be ready to say something, but I wouldn't. I just let it slide. Stuff like that. That would be viewed as a pushover. I typically don't. I give people the same respect they give me. So typically, if there's somebody loud, overbearing, over talking, I will do the same thing. But for the longest, and everybody can tell me if I'm wrong, I didn't do that. I never tried to overstep OG. I never tried to overstep Chill or disrespect Chill. Never did that with Ron. Never did that with Ox. Never did that with you, Shaq. Never did that with nobody. So it was for the longest. I just felt like I was sitting here chilling, just being a part of the show. Wasn't really trying to. I was being an expensive backpack, man. I was Draymond Green. Just do the little things.
Hey, Draymond strapped now. You see, he hit 4 threes in the first quarter the other day.
I seen that.
Missed the game winner, but well, it's cool.
I'm just saying, I see Domo and Draymond turn over another stone.
We knew he was going to miss. We knew he was going to miss.
And vice versa, too, Domo, by the way. Vice versa. That wasn't a one-way street. It was vice versa, too.
So what I'm trying to figure out is, do we not want Ticket to be a part of this?
You would ask that question live?
Yes.
Who's we?
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it right now. Let's do it.
I mean, I hear all the rumblings in the chats in the back alleys of Players' Choice when the cameras are off, so I'm just trying to get clarification. I mean, it's a bunch of things that I hear that people may think I don't hear, but my phone's always lit up with new information. So I'm just trying to figure out, do we want Ticket here? Because from my vantage point, Ticket's not going anywhere. This is just before you guys answer, and there's some type of weirdness. I wanted to say this first. I'm an extremely loyal guy. The same way, Domo, if the roles were reversed, I would never choose Ticket over you. I would never choose, Mars or Ticket. I wouldn't do that. I think we can all be copacetic and figure this out.
And that's what I'm.
That's what I'm here to do right now.
To answer your question, Shaq, Ticket is necessary. And sure, we do have some stuff that gets out of control sometime, and we got to reel it in. But this is an international debate show, and on an international debate show, we are passionate about what we believe, and because we are passionate about what we believe, like Domo, like Mars, like Ox, it's not always going to be, well, Ox, how do you feel about this? Well, Domo, how do you feel? No, it's going to be, that's nonsense, Domo. Hell no, I'm not trying to hear that. That's going to happen, and that's part of the show. Now we can have a level of respect for each other where it doesn't get out of control. But to answer your question, Ticket is necessary. I ain't trying to hear Ticket going nowhere.
Does anybody else, Mars? You got anything to say about Ticket?
The numbers are better with Ticket. The numbers being higher means there's an opportunity for me to make more money and get more VC on my NBA 2K, which means I need Ticket to be here for my own benefit.
So, but outside of that, I'm assuming that you don't like Ticket.
Kobe piggybacking off Shaq. Would you look at this?
I mean, I've worked with people I don't like before. I mean, it's not like I'm with anyone in person. It's over a camera. If I don't like someone, could just
is it like the disrespect, or is it the takes? Is it the knowledge?
I just dislike everyone up here, to be honest. I just hate all you guys.
So we clear. I just want to make sure we clear on that, Shaq. There's no misunderstanding. Mars,
it's not just Ticket. It's just everyone. I just hate
Mars.
Damn, I thought it was cool. Man.
No, we're not. No, we're not, Big Ox. No, Mars is a scumbag.
Who you hate the least? Already. I mean, with that being said, she likes.
I mean,
I expect nothing less. Say it, Mars.
Myself. I mean, I love myself. Like, if I could be married to myself, like I really would.
You already are. You're around you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You already are. So.
Yeah, but that's not enough. I need 25/8. That's what I need. Like, this is good. When I'm asleep, I miss myself. I dream about myself. Like, that's what
that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, well, why don't you just go back to Mars, where it's just you?
Nah, because if it's just me, that's only one of me. I need more of me. Like, I watch the panel episodes back and just stare at me. Like, that's how much I love myself. It's crazy.
Shaq, this is what we got to deal with on the regular, by the way. Just so you know, I don't like you ain't around. This is what we got put up. That's why he's a scumbag.
No, make sure I'll be tapped in. As a guy who discovered Mars, I know everything that he's about.
Yes.
I know when Low comes around, he gets a little flirty. Pause. I know how Mars rolls. I know how Dub rolls. And I know how everybody up here rolls. So for me, as I'm watching the panel last Wednesday, I believe, Tuesday, as I'm prepping for my EuroLeague game, it's on. You know, I'm trying to focus on Mike James and Kemba Walker. It's this explosion that happens on the YouTube page, and I'm just trying to figure out how we can prevent this moving forward, how we can all be cordial. Now, Domo, to address some of the things that you said and some of the things that were said to you.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been one of the guys in the history of Player's Choice. When I started it, I didn't want people to come up here and think that, oh, he's a basketball player. Everything that he says is valid. This, and that, X, Y, and Z. That's actually the opposite reason why I started Player's Choice and didn't tell people I was a hooper, to give guys like us that don't play in the NBA or never have played in the NBA voices, and it could be respected. And the mission was never to go and grab the top guy from TikTok, YouTube, on the podcast. It just kind of happened like that. But we have many other shows to where these guys, everybody had aspirations to be on a network or to have a podcast. And here, that's where that's valued. Would you agree with that assessment?
Mm-hmm. For the most part, yeah.
Yeah. So, and Domo, this is probably a conversation that we can have behind closed doors, because I don't want it to feel like I'm attacking you. But there is some validity to the things that Ticket says, whether or not people up here agree, whether you guys all agree, whether it's just one person or 5 people. Do I think that you guys gang up on Ticket? Absolutely not. Sometimes I just think he says wild things, and you guys do what you're supposed to do. And it happens to every single person up here at some point in time. So when Ticket approaches me and says things like he doesn't respect Domo, it's weird for me, because Ticket does come up here and he dishes it out 24/7. And then when it's time for him to get it, it gets a little shaky, in my opinion. And I think that's a clear assessment. And that's something that, quite frankly, Ticket has to work on, because you can't be killing him all weekend and him to act like that's out of bounds. I don't think any video you made, anything that you said was out of bounds with some of the things about him being a hooper and you could play places. I found that I figured that was more comedic, and you was playing to the camera. I would hope so. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what league there is in Central Korea, but hey, if it is, sign me up.
No, well, Domo, right quick, Shaq, Domo, because I'm trying to remember if I heard you correctly. Was it East Pakistan or West Pakistan?
Both sides of Pakistan, East Antarctica, Tijuana, Central North Korea, East and West Afghanistan, South Afghanistan, everywhere, man.
Right.
But no, but
clarity matters. Clarity matters.
On that point, and Shaq, you're absolutely right. And I need to ask, because I'm a person where I know I'm not right. I know I come off as ignorant. I know I come off as dumb. I got all the jokes, but I'm not the experienced pro here. Ron, Ox, Chill. Has there ever been a point in time where over the course, Mars, to my knowledge, you haven't played pro ball, Mars. I'm sorry. Has there ever been a point in time where I tried to use what I know about basketball, what I've seen about basketball, to overlook or overstep what y'all done in the game of basketball since y'all know me and I've been on this platform? Have I ever done that to y'all?
No. This my thing, Domo. My basketball resume is not what I'm saying. It's not what these other guys' resume is. You know what I'm saying? I played a lot of basketball in my life, but I'm not what you consider a successful professional basketball player. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, but I know ball, and so that's why I can see it from both ways. You know what I mean? I do think there's validity in some things that Ticket says, as far as if you haven't played here, then you won't understand this, because I came on here saying that same thing. But that doesn't mean he's right all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I do hate that too. My only thing, Shaq, to answer your question, I don't care who's up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ticket, anybody. I don't care who's up here. But when I'm disrespected constantly, it's gonna be forever funky. It's gonna be forever funky. Like, it's not gonna be, it's no kumbaya. When I'm disrespected, I'm gonna speak on it. But
and as it should be, and as it should be, 100%.
We just be wanting to get our takes off. You know what I'm saying? That's it. If I listen to you talk, listen to me talk, and that's all. Simple as that. I don't care who you are.
I mean, here's where I stand with it. I think, like, guys coming from different sectors of social media all put together in the same room, like, I think you guys have the opportunity to be the biggest basketball podcast, and doing it from the comfort of your home is kind of crazy. And that's why it's so hard for everybody else to get it off, because they haven't figured out the formula, and I'm not going to tell them. But with that being said, I think our biggest thing was the profanity that day. Like, if you guys was going at it and some certain things wasn't said, it wouldn't have been a problem. As far as me and my brother, who is the CEO, David, I don't know if you guys knew that. He's kind of running the show, just because I had to take a step back, because I often make decisions with my emotions. And I'm also busy, playing over here in Europe, so I can't see the day-to-day stuff. So he's in charge, and we talk about a lot of the things and the suspensions. And Ron got suspended for inciting a riot, because we all know Ron's an L host. Like, that is.
Ron, did you fight? Ron, did you fight that you did start a riot? You fight that?
Does anybody up here fight that out in the stream right now?
You 100% start. You Donald Trump right now. You started a riot. Yes.
What I do?
You definitely started a riot. No, 100%.
Hey, Ron's a L host. But Domo, back to you though, because I don't want to start any problems. Like, but like I did see one thing that was addressed, was spoken about, kind of that we don't value you, or that I don't, I guess, or me and my brother don't, or Player's Choice doesn't value. And I just wanted to, in front of everybody, just put a fork in that, because Domo, I fuck with you, I mess with you, and I think, in the social media game, you tough. So I'm gonna let you know that, and you've been doing this for a minute. So you come over here and you talk hoops, and I respect that. And there's some other things that I do want to address, but I'm not going to. But Domo, me and you can have a more in-length conversation. I've talked with Ticket in length. I've reached out to you and texted you. So I just wanted to get up here and just clear the air once and for all, and just kind of bury that hatchet, man.
Oh, yeah, I feel it, man. Like I said, I told you.
What's weird to me, Domo, but what's weird to me is that you guys can do all of this fighting on social media, but I don't know if you guys even one of you guys picked up the phone and say, hey, how can we bury this? It's, in my opinion, a lot of money on the line, because this isn't like something, when you do something by yourself, and I know you were being preached ownership, but when it's just you, it's very hard to get it back. But when you bring together the top guys, the top pods, it's so much easier to be successful. And this is what success looks like when you have this many people in here watching you every single day for 3 hours, because we could do the once a week thing and our numbers would be astronomical. But for what? Nobody can do what we do. So I don't want anybody to get in your ear and try to talk you out of success. Like, I haven't done wrong by you. I never will. Anybody up here, I'm the fairest person that's going to operate this thing, in my opinion. So that's just me.
Oh no, shit. Like I said, and I know who you're referring to, but like I've told everybody, man, I like it over here. I enjoy myself. I've enjoyed myself since day one. I'm a grown man. If I didn't enjoy myself or I didn't like it, I would have been put in my 2 weeks notice or been like, hey man, this ain't for me. Never had that kind of talk for me. So hey, as long as I feel welcome and as long as I'm enjoying myself, I'm gonna be here. I see the vision with this.
And in closing, and I'll let you guys talk hoop, because I know that's what everybody's here for. But like any people that want to like beef with PC, it's a very bad business move. Like it's a bad decision. Like, I came into this thing podding. I don't want to get back in my pod back, but I will, and it'll be nasty. So I'm just trying to stay behind the scenes and let these guys flourish and, you know, handle everything. But I don't want to get back in demon mode, especially when accusations and certain things are being said about the brand that aren't necessarily true. Nobody has ever left PC, as far as panelists goes, ever. No, nobody ever left. We're good over here. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. And you guys have a good show.
Yo, Shaq, before you leave, I was looking at the thumbnail. Are you sure you're Iron Man? Is that an accurate depiction?
I don't make that. I don't even talk to the guy that makes the thumbnails.
Wait, he clearly thinks you're Iron Man. So, I'm just trying to figure out, are you Tony Stark indeed?
I mean, I got Chill in here. I got Domo in here. I got Ox in here. I made Mars famous. Like this, it's a lot of things. Like Ron, you still like Ron. I don't understand how you could go this many consecutive shows being such a bad host and still be here.
Hey, check it out. The 96 Bulls.
Why are you not fired,
Hey, chill down. Chucky Atkins, old Chucky Atkins could have been their point guard and they would have won. I'm just saying, like,
not with Chucky Atkins, they would have. No.
Chill down. That's what I was saying the other day when Ron popped back up on the show. I'm like, yo, your suspension over that quick, but get the
still
fuck
do
out
it.
Get up out of here, bro.
Hey, man.
Jack, we gotta have a board meeting because we gotta
look when you got a max contract that gotta play you. Y'all know how the politics go.
Yo, Jack, I'm right now as we speak in front of everybody, in front of the entire YouTube world. I want to put my bid in right now to flip flop me around. Let him be the panelist. Let me host this.
You extended Ron for like 3 years at 40 million, and we like, yo, what's going on?
And since we're being transparent today.
This is nepotism at its finest.
That's what it sounds like. That's your man, and that's dope.
W nepotism.
Since we're being transparent today, I got dirt on Shaq and Dave. Okay, so if they let me go,
I knew that's what it was. Shaq.
I will be going live on the Highest Bidders channel. It might be Let's Keep It a Buck. Hey, it might be Ticket TV. Who don't let me go live there? I might go to Lamont's channel, you know, and fire it up there. But I mean, until then, you know, y'all just gonna have to deal with my turnovers. All right. Hey, Mars, Steph Curry turnovers in the clutch.
I was like, he got to have video on Shaq. He has to. There's no other way to explain this. He got tape on Shaq. He has to.
Hey, Ron, if you ever do want to drop that, Ron, I need that exclusive.
Oh man,
about it. Got to be in the champagne room.
Yo, what y'all been up here talking about lately before the whole Domo versus Ticket escapade? What's been going on
over the weekend? I had a question for the panel before we got started with what Ron was talking about. Over the weekend, KD just cracked the top 10 all time in scoring, and I'm wondering, where does KD fall on the list of greatest scorers all time?
Number 4.
Top 5.
Number 4.
Top 5.
Because I heard somebody say KD is unequivocally the greatest scorer in NBA history.
Yeah,
I think you can make the argument.
There is an argument there that he's the best to ever do it.
Oh man, based off of what, Mars? I didn't even want to get in this bag, but I'm just curious. Based off of what?
Versatility and skill set and production. I think he is 5th all time in career points per game average, and then from a versatility standpoint, he might be, for the people making the argument, he might be the only person you could say is elite from everywhere on the floor, whether that's post up shooting over people at the rim, mid range, 3-point line, off ball, on ball, whatever you want. That's where the argument comes from. And then in the playoffs, I think he's top 4 in points per game average. So it translates there as well. So I think that's where the argument comes from.
So he's a better scorer than Steph Curry. Just throwing names out.
Yeah, I think he's a better scorer than Steph.
Yes.
Based off of him being taller, and he can get a shot off better.
The height definitely plays a huge factor in how productive and effective he is, for sure.
Okay.
He's just behind MJ, Bron, and Kobe for me, but I know a lot of people have him over Bron, which I'm not mad at.
Oh, so you don't think he's the greatest?
No, I understand it. It doesn't mean I agree, but I understand where they come from. But I have him 4.
I got him 5. I got your ball ahead of him 2.
Bigs get put in their own category. Shaq, Kareem, Hakeem, they get ranked among bigs for me. It's too hard for me to rank them with everyone else. So they just get left out in their own separate table.
Okay. Well, if you don't agree, then I guess we can move on. Does anybody up here think KD is the greatest scorer of all time?
I've said this for a couple years now. He's at bare minimum, he's the greatest scorer of my generation that I've ever seen. I have him up there for my list of guys.
Now, Domo, there's a difference.
1A, 1B convo, but for my generation, my era, he's definitely the greatest.
I'm glad you brought that
What's
up.
your era?
That's what I'm saying, because there's a difference between the best you've ever seen in your era.
Yeah, what's your era?
Then I say the best I ever seen but I would say my era. I mean, from when I started to really comprehend basketball to bigger than, oh, he scores more than him, he's better type talks. I would say at least from 2010 till now.
Okay,
so would you just factor in stats?
What happened?
Like stats help you make the decision about who's more efficient, who's more productive,
all things like that, and obviously the eye test and who does it better and who's more dominant doing it. It's not all just stat line. It's actually what I've seen. That's why I was what I've seen, what I've watched you do.
Okay.
I don't like getting into the all-time. I don't like getting into the all-time scorer debates because I do know there are errors. Like in the 80s, a guy like Alex English, again, I can easily go do my homework and go watch a guy like Alex English score the ball. But I wasn't there. I didn't live it. I won't see all the games. There's conversations to be had for plenty of guys that I genuinely just haven't seen. So I don't want to disrespect nobody that's come before that I have no knowledge of.
So let's say Carmelo. Let's say Carmelo. Like Carmelo.
Look, I'll let you know, Shaq. I got a bias against Carmelo. He won't make my list.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna go ahead and save you from that conversation.
I do too. I was just curious. I'm just trying to figure out. So